My name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 116. 116, we are in the process of doing the word problem from day number 101 to 200. Let's see what we have for today. If the difference between two numbers is 7, and if the smaller one is A, question simply is, what is the greater one? That's all. So if the difference between the two numbers, I'm going to read one more time. If the difference between the two numbers is 7, and if the smaller one we are told is A, what's the greater one? That's what it is. Let's do it, shall we? Here's the solution. Let's pretend the greater one that they're talking about. Let's pretend the greater one is G. In other words, we are christening it, we are giving it a name. We're giving it a name. To christen means, I'm going to digress here for a second. To christen means, well, it has two meanings. Literally, it means to christen somebody, it means to baptize someone. Metaphorically, it just means to give somebody a name. I'm trying to find out here, when did we learn this word, what day. And if you do not know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you in a second. Day number 63. Just like you're watching right now the algebra videos, I also put together some vocabulary videos. And if you want to expand your vocabulary, if you want to improve your vocabulary, particularly if you're planning in the near future to sit for any of these exams, the GRE, GMAT, SAT or TOEFL, it is vital, it is important, it is crucial that you have a decent vocabulary. And for that purpose, I have put together some vocabulary videos, as I said. If you want to learn the word christen properly, just type in this tag, just put in Keshwani Prep -vocab -day 63 and you will learn the word christen. What does it mean to digress? Of course you know what digress means. Digress means to go off topic. Like I just did. I said, allow me to digress. I said, I'm going to digress right now because we were solving the math problem. All of a sudden we started talking about the word christen. So I was digressing. And you will learn the word digress on day number 3. Again, same idea. Keshwani Prep -vocab -day 3 and you will learn the word digress along with some other interesting words. So, let's pretend that the greater one is G. We're giving it a name. We christen it G. If the greater one is G and we are told that the smaller one is A, then the sum of A, which is the smaller one, we are told that the sum of the smaller one plus the greater one, we are told that actually the difference, not the sum. I was not paying attention. We are told that the difference between the two is 7. Had I written the greater one here, I would have been fine. I said, had I written greater one first, all I had to do is change this positive sign into a negative sign, but I did not. So the difference is 7. So here's our greater one minus the smaller one, and we are told that that difference is 7. The greater one we are calling G minus the smaller one, which they're calling A, is 7. And the question simply is, how much is the greater one? Well, that's very simple. We just have to solve for G. How much is the greater one? How do we solve for G? Somehow we have to get rid of this A. Let's add A to both sides of the equation. If we add a to both sides of the equation, this a drops out, and we end up with g equals 7 plus a. Which makes perfect sense if you think about it. It makes perfect sense. The greater one is so called because it turns out it is 7 more than the smaller one. Smaller one is what we are calling a, right here. If the smaller one is a, then the greater one would have to be 7 more than that, because we are told that their difference is 7. That's all. Their difference is 7, therefore the greater one is whatever the smaller one is plus 7 more. That's it. Now if you wanted to, you could plug in, we could plug in values to verify our answer, even though it's not necessary here. It's very simple. But if you wanted to, we could do that. For example, if you were to pretend that the smaller one is 10 and their difference is 7, if the smaller one is 10, we are just plugging in values. If the smaller one is 10 and their difference is 7, the greater one would have to be 17. Right here. 7 plus a, which we just plugged in 10. 17. On the other hand, if the smaller one happened to be 100 and their difference is 7, the larger one would have to be 107. 100 plus 7. If the smaller one happened to be 3 and their difference is 7, the larger one would have to be 3 plus 7, or 10, because 10 minus the smaller one of 3 will give us a difference of 7. The answer is, this is your answer, 7 plus a or a plus 7. Even though 7 plus a is perfectly fine, but tradition dictates that we write variable first and then the number. 7 plus a is not how one writes the answer. One usually writes it as a plus 7. That's all. That's just a tradition. It's just a convention. Convention, the word convention has two meanings. One meaning of the word convention is a meeting or a gathering that most people know. A meeting or a gathering or a powwow, if you will. The second meaning of the word convention is tradition. The adjective, which is the noun, convention is the noun, and the adjective would be conventional, from where we get the word traditional. Tradition, norms, customs, and so forth. I'm looking in my list here as to when did we cover the word convention here. Day number 46. Again, just type in Keshwani Prep-vocab, Keshwani Prep-vocab-day 46, and you will learn the word convention. I'm done for today. I will see you tomorrow on day number 117. Alright? Thanks.